And hey gang, so this is my second multiplayer battle in Warhammer Total War, and managed to play as the Empire here. This is a little 2v2 on the Mortis wastes, so really flat open map, and I'm alongside the dwarves. I watched a little guide, sort of a guide to using the Empire and their strengths and weaknesses and such, because my only real experience comes from campaign. So I was wanting to just check the differences of how to use them in multiplayer. I rethought my army a fair bit, and I've added some artillery. I added these Hellstorm rockets because the guide I watched really drove home the point of weakening the enemy force as much as possible before it reaches you, and then your average troops can really shine at that point. So we've got, as I say, myself as the Empire. We've got the dwarves there. Now I did not expect my ally to also bring 2 pieces of artillery, 3 even. Sorry. So we have a tremendous amount of artillery here on a very flat map. We are, however, up against 2 elven factions, the Wood Elves and the High Elves, who have not brought any artillery. They have, however, brought a fair stack of archers and dragons, as well as these horse archers over here. So we'll just get started with that then, and I'll call things out as I see them. My army's pretty balanced. I'll run through it all generally at the end. We're on a much smaller unit scale. This is the first time I played on this unit scale, so I was interested to see how things were different. So my ally, oh, that looks very nice to see that fire. Yeah, my allies' organ guns rattle off before mine. I think he's sort of targeting these flying units, trying to take them out, because we don't have any flying units of our own to counter them. So the advance of these missile cav I knew would be very frightening, and I didn't want them hitting my main line. So I do something, I don't regret it, but I knew it was quite a difficult thing to do, and I had to sacrifice a unit of my Demigryph Knights, my Halberdiers, and I used them to just chase around these missile cav for most of the match while we took on the archers. I moved my crossbows up just to try and fire upon this dragon. I'd never really seen this dragon in action, but I didn't want to, so I just wanted to hit it as much as I could and scare it away, which I seemed to be successful in. Now their archers have lined up there, but we've landed a good few shots on them over, while they've advanced. I think this is the unit that my missiles are actually targeting. I should change them to this, and I think I do soon. And we've really turned his very powerful missile line into quite a scattered mess. So he comes at us with these spear infantry, and the High Elves are charging too. But they're simply charging into a situation where they're vastly outnumbered, and they've already been so badly wounded by everything we've got that, oh my goodness, right, these guys can just hurl explosives. That's great. That was a frustration. Yep, I had everything just charge up to meet the advancing infantry, and my swordsmen there get rammed by this cavalry. This chariot gets caught up in my spearmen, but I'm not yet so certain how to counter chariots. Generally, they seem quite powerful, but I'll get that cracked. This dragon manages to pierce back and start dealing damage to my crossbows, and they run away. A real failing I have in this match is I let my routing crossbows sort of sit at the back after they've rallied for far too long before I get them moved back up to the front. I just called in a few battle prayers with my priest, my warrior priest, just there, and it it helps us win this battle here in the center quite quickly. Even though these great sword infantry are doing some serious damage, we just simply outnumber them. Now this is where I screwed up. I should have taken them back, slammed them in there, slammed these guys in there too, or maybe even here, and sorted all this out, reformed the line, and just used our artillery to take on the archers. But I was in hyper aggression mode, I suppose, and I just charged my men out. So you can see, unfortunately, over there, I've just got my halberdiers getting sacrificed. I've pulled my remaining shock cavalry out though, and they're just going to be used to try and target any archers. Now I know it sort of looks like this is a definite win for us at this point, but they've got so many of these flying units, these very powerful units left, and I was still really scared. And at this point my rockets are almost out of ammunition, and as I say, I had to just sacrifice my halberdiers. I wish I had a unit with shields or just a fodder unit that I could sacrifice there, but they did the job, and they stopped the wood elves from being able to use. We had these 4 units of archer cav used up for the main point of the fight. He manages to sort of keep intercepting my shock cavalry with other units that keeps breaking their charges, but I'm not going to go for this. I want to just sort of see the effect of this charge, because it didn't really feel too powerful when I did it before. Yeah, maybe it's because they were running from me, but no, I did get quite a few kills there. Now this is where I probably should have gotten those swordsmen and just come to finish this off. I didn't. I had them run over here, but I should have had them run in here, lock these guys in melee, start killing them off. Those are the Sons of Sigmar, so they're really quite decent swordsmen, and that would have stopped these Demigriffin Knights getting shot in the back, which really does some serious damage to them. Slow it down for a sec, because things are happening really quite quickly. My swordsmen here are just locked in combat with that lower master. They're not going to kill him, but I'm just wanting to hold him in place while the runesmith runs in. This is the point where I kind of realised we could still lose this, so I wanted to gather my men up in some form of formation before we lost control. Karl Franz there had taken a lot of hurt, so I just wanted to keep him alive, make sure that he doesn't get killed, and the morale buff is lost. So as you can see, my crossbowmen are just staring off when I really could have them turned around and being used. They're just moving up to try and help out, but now the Glade Riders have come back to use to be used against us, but I do feel at this point it's sort of a bit too late for them. I don't know why I advanced there. I think I wanted to get some shots on them with the Free Company militia, but perhaps I should have just had them fall back behind the shielded units. And we've still got so many archers left, and the organ guns still have ammunition, that we're really able to pick apart that forest dragon. My Sons of Sigmar are just so far overextended that I didn't really feel I could pull them back, because they'll just get blasted apart by archers. So I just had them sacrificed out there. Something I do regret. I probably, I definitely could have pulled them back, but the Free Company are broken just because I tried to get some nice kills on these guys when I had so many crossbowmen sitting around. So many crossbows that I could have just brought to bear and used against these riders. My rockets still have ammunition. Artillery is really not something I enjoy using in any Total War game, really. So I'm going to try to experiment a little bit and see if I can play Empire without relying on artillery. Even if I have to come down to using things like the steam tank to try and create a new meta for myself, but I'm sure I'll find something. Just because it's really not entertaining to me to just set up a position and hold it. My artillery is out of munition there, so I've just got them sat there. They can be used to just hold a unit's attention if I really have to, but hopefully I'm just hoping it won't come to that. Another puffy arms, it looks quite nice really. And as I say, this game is just beautiful after spending so much time in the older games. So those are the Sons of Sigmar, just unfortunately gunned down, and they're unbreakable, so they will fight to the last man. But it was a terrible shame to see them finished off. We've got so many people remaining, but it's so much melee infantry, and even with the score as it was, I was worried that their heroes would still cause some troubles. This is, of course, probably a little bit after the Wood Elf player left the game. Something I worry is going to happen quite a bit in Warhammer, but I'm sure it's not going to occur in every battle. But I do feel that people should fight until every one of their units is off the field, just to give your allies that still do have people left the best chance they really can get. So this wizard here, floating around, is just getting explosives hurled at her by these axe infantry. And now I was feeling pretty confident. As soon as the Wood Elf player left the game, I knew we sort of had it. That dragon still had a bit of health left, but it starts to rout, and the organ guns are still firing away. I'd love to know how much. Oh, that might be the siege artillery. I'd love to know how much ammunition. Oh, yeah, you can see that right there. Yeah, so that's almost done. Their organ guns are finished, but they've not been unmanned yet. And where are the other organ guns? They've been unmanned. So these were two. Oh wow, they are very fearsome looking. Yeah. No, so the high elf player is just coming in for a final attack, which I very much respect that. But with his army suffering so many losses and seeing the chariot flee, everything just goes into a mass rout. So we've still got. So it was a Pyrrhic victory there, but as I say, I disagree with that. I think we still had quite a good bit of fight left in us. I would call that a close victory myself, and we'll see the actual kills. Because it was a smaller scale battle, I was immediately sort of shocked by how little people were killing. My crossbows, that was simply he charged these two units of crossbows, and I didn't do anything with them again until the end of the game, and by that point the enemy just didn't have anything for them to shoot at. These still full health crossbows only managed to really rack up 15 kills. Real shame about these halberdiers. I had to just sacrifice them to absorb the Glade Rider fire. The Demigriffin Knights really could have pulled off better charges. I would order a charge and then look at something else, and then always get surprised when they were countered by enemy spearmen. Swordsmen as a whole really were not able to compete with the high elven swordmasters, which you can see by those kills. Yeah, so they were real. That's something I'm going to have to think about. Probably bring in some great sword infantry myself in place of bringing so many swordsmen, because that's not something I can deal with in a normal fight. The spearmen were generally focused on by the chariot, but I had one fully healthed in reserve. My warrior priest was not able to rack up many kills, but again it was these swordmasters, who some of which were very high leveled, yeah, who were just able to focus him down. And I think Carl was getting hit hard by them too. So how did the elf go? So lots of these Glade Guard who were just pelted by artillery and were not able to be used to their full effect. The Forest Dragon did quite well. The Glade Riders, as I say, kind of got chased away most of the time. They were the War Dancers were hit by artillery, as were, and their spear units were just never really going to be able to compete with us in the state that they arrived to the front line at. Now my dwarven friend, I think that's his Rinsmith. Yeah, Rinsmith was always just chasing people around, but every time he arrived, they had run away. I'm seeing people are using far smaller armies than I use, but I'm used to that in Total War games. But I need to see how I'm wanting to play this. And anything else? Yeah, the Horkenkun's just racking up kills there. The cannon more focused on the bigger things, I suppose. And yeah, our infantry, apart from these slayers, it seems our infantry was really there just to hold the line while the artillery did its work. And the artillery certainly did do its work. But no, right. Well, that's that. Thank you very much.